C2YN, which is the show that's going to be at the Mez Gallery, is actually one part of Yuri's Night as a whole. Yuri's Night itself was essentially a way to celebrate the first human spaceflight with artists of all disciplines. Jared Davis. I'm from Detroit originally, but I've been in DC for 10 years. And I work here at the scene shop for Arlington County Cultural Affairs, where we build scenery for professional, semi-professional, and amateur groups throughout the county. So I've always been passionate about space. And I went to a Yuri's Night back in, I guess that was 2007, and found that it was this national holiday. It's actually called Cosmonauts Day in Russia. And we don't really celebrate it here. And in fact, I find it kind of a travesty that we don't celebrate it as a, the American space program is so amazing, and we've been on the moon, and we don't, you'd think that there'd be ticker tape parades, on moon landing day or anything like that, but because the Russians beat us to the first human space flight, I feel like it's been really sort of downplayed in this country. We should be celebrating our achievements in space anyway. C2YN, which stands for Countdown to Yuri's Night. The opening night is the 17th of March, and it runs all the way through the 30th of April. The Yuri's Night itself is going to be on April 9th, and it's going to have a stage show, and we're doing Mystery Science Theater in the Dome, and we're doing video games in the Dome, and we're doing a moon bounce, and we're doing burlesque, and all sorts of other things that go along with and complement C2YN. The first human in space, Yuri Gagarin, who was on April 12th, 1961. And so this is the 50th anniversary also of that. So yes, we're trying to do a really big sort of event for that. This is going to kick it off about 15 days early, but yeah, it's going to kick it off. It's going to take over pretty much the entire artisphere, as much as we can handle. We've got lots of local artists, a couple folks that are from out of town were local artists and actually moved away. One of them I'll give you is Scott Brooks, who's a local painter. Recently he's been doing surreal sort of American-based art, sort of questioning on a sort of subconscious level the American experience. Emily Green Little, she does a fruit-based art. I think that she's working through sort of apples as a symbol for the natural state and for humanity in general. Matt Ciso and Dana Ellen. Space is part of the news. It's part of something that they do and that they absorb, and they sort of absorb a lot of the culture. Cheryl Gross, who does cut paper sculptures, but actually worked for NASA for a while. You can go to the party website at www.outofthisworldparty.com. Time machine last year. So I'm going to go about 30 seconds into the future. Oh, you guys are still here. Okay, good to see you. It's just silly.